Okay, so there's a basic letter. I'm going to then just fatten it up, putting lines around the outside. You notice I'm pressing really lightly. This is sketching, which I'm going to then neaten up a bit later on. And when you do the inside, just watch it, because sometimes people do it too big or too small. It needs to roughly line up with those lines just there. So I'm going to make that a bit fatter just there. So we just have a little gap in the middle there. Okay. So next, once I've done that, then I'm going to decide on my letter shape. I think with this one I'm going to make my letters a bit curved. So I'm going to write like that. And like a lot of graffiti, I want to make it a bit fatter on the bottom than the top. You'll notice I've done my curves that way. If I wanted to do the curves the other way, I'd turn it round like that. The reason being that your hand acts a bit like a compass, so it's much better to do curves that way. So if I want to do these curves this way, in fact I think I will do, I'm going to change it. And this is what I want you to think about when you're doing yours. Change it as you go along. If you get another idea, change it. Don't feel that you've got to stick with the way you've started. If you think, oh actually, this will look better if I do it a different way, then just do it. Okay, now one of the things I've done just there when I did this design is I've let those letters, those shapes overlap, because this is quite common in graffiti artists to make shapes overlap to give it some space. So I think that works quite well like that. I think that needs to be a point now though, so I'm going to change that to a point like that. And I'll have that going across there like that. And I think that'd be quite good if that actually looks like it's going fat to thin in the background. So I'm going to make that. Right, I'm just pressing a little bit harder so I can see where I want those lines to be. I'm not worrying too much about using a rubby just yet. And I think I'll make that just go like that there. So I can see my letter now. So quite like that. I'm not completely happy with it, but it's my first design, and you can do lots of different designs. You don't have to stop at one. Keep changing it all the time until you get something you're very happy with. Graffiti artists often do these arrows on there like that, so I'm going to add an arrow just there. And they also often add little blocks like that. So I think I'll add a block on the end of there, like that. Okay. Now, so now I've neatened it up a bit. You can see I've rubbed out most of the lines, sketchy lines that were on there, so make it nice and neat. Not perfect just yet, but it'll do. This needs, there's still a few sketchy lines, but I'm not too worried about that at the moment. I'm going to show you how to make it look like it's 3D. So this style of 3D is almost a bit like creating a shadow in the background. So if I imagine that shape there and just move it over a bit, over here, so it's exactly the same, but just moved over. I can do the same with this one. I just want to make that line look like it's in the background. I don't want to do the whole shape, I'm just going to make it look like this bit is in the background. So, see a bit of it there, bit of it there. And just like this has come over here, see how it looks like it's just moved from there to there. I'm going to move that from there to there. And then that looks like it's 3D. I'll show you another different way of doing 3D lettering as well, but this is just trying to make it look like there's some depth, like there's a space between the two parts, the two sections. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make this letter into look like it's three-dimensional. A very simple way of doing. There's different ways in which you can do 3D lettering. In this way I'm going to show you. What we have to do first of all is we're going to draw diagonal lines coming out of the corners. So I'm going to start down here. We need each of those lines coming out being about the same length and at the same angle. Can you see how that's the same angle? Out there. Okay, and the same on here because we've got a corner there. So it's about the same angle as that one. It's about there. Same there. Now if you have struggle checking this, you can just get a ruler and move your ruler across just to see if they're about the same angle. Okay, so now that line, we need a line that's parallel to it, just there, to join that to there. This one needs a parallel line going across there, parallel line going just there, and this one just there, and this one, so it's this line parallel to it just there. And there, looks three-dimensional.